Okay, so I'm currently in the process of editing this very video, my Oscar reactions video, and this is not your standard intro that you would normally see in one of my videos because my dumbass deleted the intro that I had filmed. So what this is, quick intro, is my reaction to the Oscar nominations for 2023. And I only go over the nominees that I feel I can give an opinion on, and I go over who I think was snubbed and who I think is going to win versus who I want to win, and that's just about it. So yeah, sorry for this lame, cheap-looking intro, but I was too lazy to put all of my equipment back in order to film a new intro, so let's get right into it.
In a supporting role.
Started with actress supporting.
Angela Bassett.
Angela
in
Bassett,
Black Panther,
yeah, no surprise there.
Hong Chow in
Yes!
The Whale.
Hong Chow got in. Yes, that's what I wanted.
Kerry Condon in The Banshees.
That's not surprising.
Jamie Lee Curtis in Everything.
Wow, Jamie Lee Curtis got in too, huh?
And Stephanie Hsu.
And Stephanie Hsu.
Everywhere, all at once.
Quick reaction to supporting actress. I'm ecstatic that Hong Chow got in. I was hoping she would. She was phenomenal in The Whale. I'm a little surprised that they chose both Jamie Lee Curtis and Stephanie Hsu to be nominated, because I thought they would pick one or the other, and I personally would have gone with Stephanie Hsu. One person that I think is missing is Dolly De Leon from Triangle of Sadness. I think she definitely deserved a nomination. I would have put her in over Jamie Lee Curtis, but that's just me. Otherwise, solid lineup. I'm not really unhappy with any of those picks.
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Of course. You always have to have war movies in there.
Avatar, The Way of Water.
Pretty good pick.
The Batman.
Batman got something, okay.
Elvis.
Music,
and
of course.
Top Gun, Maverick.
Top Gun, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so no complaints in the sound department either. I think these are all pretty solid choices as well. You always have to have a war movie in for best sound, and I want to pick All Quiet because the Academy always picks war movies for these, but I feel like they might give this to Top Gun, so I'm going to go with Top Gun. Original score. Just give me Babylon, that's all I need.
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Okay.
Babylon.
Yes, thank you. Just best score of the year by far. No score was as good as Babylon.
All at once.
Everything
And
Everywhere.
The Fablemans.
John Williams, I'm sorry. I know you're retiring, so if you won this award, I would not be mad. But how could you give this to anything besides Justin Hurwitz for Babylon? That was far and away the best score of the year. So many incredible songs. Very jazzy, very upbeat. Stuff you can dance to. An amazing, amazing score. That has to win.
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Okay. Yeah, that's a solid
Screenplay
pick.
by Edward Berger, Leslie Patterson, and Ian Stokell. Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery. Written by Ryan Johnson.
How is Glass Onion adapted? I saw that in a lot of
Written
picks,
by
but I don't
Kazuo
understand.
Ishiguro.
Is it because it's a sequel? Because otherwise it's not adapted from anything.
Screenplay by Aaron Kruger.
Top Gun as well for screenplay? I love Top Gun,
and
but
Justin Marks.
don't know about that.
And Women Talking.
Women Talking.
Screenplay by Sarah Polley.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't understand how Glass Onion is an adapted screenplay because it's not adapted from anything except maybe Knives Out, but even though it's a sequel, it's a standalone sequel. Those movies are not connected in any way besides Benoit Blanc. All Quiet is a good pick. I haven't seen Living. I have no interest in seeing Living, so I can't really give an opinion on that. But Women Talking is in here. That's a solid pick. That movie was well written. I would have preferred The Whale, but I liked The Whale a lot more than Women Talking. I think Women Talking is going to take it. I would love to see this go to All Quiet on the Western Front, but Women Talking, I feel like they'll have to give women talking something.
The Banshees of Inisherin, written by Martin
Of course,
McDonagh.
beautifully written script. So funny, so tragic.
Everything Everywhere
Fantastic.
All at Once, written
Another
by Daniel
fantastic
Kwan
choice.
and
Everything
David
Everywhere.
Scheinert.
Best movie of the year.
The Fablemans, written by Steven Spielberg and Tony Kushner.
Great. Great pick.
Tar, written by Todd
Tar.
Field.
Okay, yeah. I like Tar, but not as much as
And
others. But...
Triangle of Sadness,
Triangle of
written by Ruben
Sadness.
Östlund.
Okay, so I guess this year's surprise original screenplay nominee is Triangle of Sadness, because the Academy usually likes to throw a curveball and have one surprising pick in there, like Knives Out a few years ago. That was nominated for Best Original Screenplay. And the nominee I would have picked if they wanted to have a surprising one like that, I personally would have gone with The Menu. I love that script, and I think it was Oscar worthy. But there are some damn good choices here. If I had to pick what I think will win among these nominees, I'm going to go with The Banshees of Inisherin. Such a phenomenal screenplay. Very sad, very tragic, while also being very hilarious. So yeah, I'll give it to Banshees.
An Irish eatlet.
Now they're doing the shorts, so I'm just going to skip ahead. Okay, so I have no opinion on the nominees for animated short film, but as I was skipping ahead, there are two nominees in here. One is called My Year of Dicks, and the other is called An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake, and I think I believe it. So, I hope one of those wins just based off of the name, because that's hilarious, but yeah, otherwise I don't have an opinion, but I just had to mention that.
Brendan Gleeson. in
Brendan
Banshees
Gleeson, of
of
course.
Inisherin. Brian Tyree Henry.
Wow! Brian Tyree Henry got in.
Judd Hirsch in The Fablemans.
Oh, they gave it. Judd Hirsch got in for like a
Barry
minute of screen
Keoghan
time.
in The Banshees
Barry
of
Keoghan.
Inisherin. And Ke Huy Quan
And Ke
in
Huy Quan,
Everything
of course.
Everywhere All at Once.
Of course, yes. But wow. Okay, so right off the bat, Brian Tyree Henry and Judd Hirsch, those are huge surprises. Brian Tyree Henry more so than Judd Hirsch. I mean, Judd Hirsch was great in The Fablemans. I haven't seen Causeway, but Judd Hirsch was only in The Fablemans for like 2 minutes. He wasn't in it very long. This one's obvious. It's going to go to Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere. He absolutely deserves it. Such an amazing comeback story. Grew up watching him, obviously, in The Goonies and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and I'm going to be very, very happy when he walks up on that stage and accepts that award. Original song. A lot of good choices for original song on the short list.
Applause from Tell It Like a Woman.
Of course, Diane Warren, she's always nominated. She never wins, but she's always nominated.
Hand from Top Gun Maverick.
That's a great song. I do like that song a lot.
Lift Me Up from Black Panther, Wakanda
Another
Forever.
good one, and it's Rihanna, so yeah, of course.
Not To from RRR. And This Is a Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Wow. Diane Warren always gets nominated for Best Original Song, even though she never wins. Hold My Hand by Lady Gaga from Top Gun. I love that song. It was so much better than that shit song by One Republic. I'm sorry, but that is a horrible song, and I hate it. It's so obnoxious, and it is catchy, but it's obnoxiously catchy. Lift Me Up, great song from Black Panther. And I can't think of how This Is a Life sounds, but I'll have to listen to it after. But the clear winner is definitely Not To. That's one, I'm pretty sure, everywhere else. And that was also one of the best scenes of 2022. So the fact that they're going to perform Not To at the Oscars, that's going to be so much fun to watch, and I can't wait for that. Documentary, give me Fire of Love. That's all I
That
ask.
breathes. All the beauty and the bloodshed. Fire of love.
There we go.
A house made of splinters.
House Made of Splinters.
And Navalny.
I've only seen one of these movies. I've only seen Fire of Love, and I loved Fire of Love. That was in my top 10 favorite movies of the year. It was number 10. And as much as I love that, I don't believe it's going to win. win in my book for sure, but I think they'll give it to All the Beauty and the Bloodshed because I haven't seen that. I simply haven't had a way to see it. It's not playing anywhere near me, but I've heard a lot of good things about that movie, and it's got, you know, like activism in it, and I feel like people will definitely eat that up. So yeah, I'll give it to All the Beauty and the Bloodshed. And Moon Age Daydream, the David Bowie documentary, is not on here, so that's a little surprising. I thought that would get in, but it's not here. But yeah, All the Beauty and the Bloodshed.
Best international feature film.
International feature, yeah, All Quiet, Decision to
All
Leave.
Quiet on the Western Front, Germany.
Fantastic choice. It's my favorite foreign movie of the year.
Argentina, 1985. Argentina.
Won the Golden Globe. Never heard of it, but
Close, Belgium.
only seen the trailers for that.
Eel,
Decision to
Poland.
Leave.
And The Quiet Girl.
What? Wait, hold on. They didn't nominate Decision to Leave? So the clear winner here is All Quiet on the Western Front. That's what I would give it, because that was my favorite international movie of the year. Decision to Leave not being here is unbelievable. And for those who may not know, RRR was not nominated because it couldn't be, because India did not submit that as their official film for the Oscars. I don't know what they submitted, but I can assure you it was not better than RRR. So it sucks that that's not in here, but the clear winner here is definitely going to be All Quiet on the Western Front, and it should be.
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Fantastic. Best animated movie of the year.
Marcel the Shell with Shoes Off.
See, I love Marcel, but is that really animated?
Puss in Boots, The Last Book.
Animated? Why did I say it that way? Puss in
The
Boots?
Sea Beast.
I hear so many good things. The Sea Beast.
And Turning Red.
Great. Love Turning Red. Pinocchio, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, I should say, since there was more than one. Best animated movie of the year. I love Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, but is that really an animated film? Because it was live action too, but I guess they're counting it. Turning Red, great choice. I'm surprised that they remember Turning Red because it came out so early last year. I have not seen The Sea Beast or Puss in Boots yet, but I hear Puss in Boots is incredible and it looks really good, so I'll watch it eventually, don't worry. If I had to give this to any of them, I would say I'd give it to Pinocchio, and I think that's going to win. And another win in this category is that Lightyear is not nominated, and it shouldn't have been because that movie sucked. I'm sorry, but it did. Makeup, Batman, The Whale,
All Quiet on the Western
Blonde,
Front.
All Quiet, that makes sense. Usually war movies get this. Batman, just for what they did to Colin Farrell.
Black Panther, Wakanda
Black
Forever.
Panther, Blonde,
Elvis.
Elvis. Oh, so no Blonde. That's
And
surprising.
The Whale.
Of course, The Whale, easily. Blonde is not in here. I thought that would get at least something, even though that wasn't a good movie. Yeah, The Batman, absolutely, just for what they did to Colin Farrell alone, that deserves a nomination. So I'm really happy that's here. All Quiet, good choice. Black Panther, yes. Elvis, yes. So I don't have a problem with any of these, and I think the winner should be The Whale because just how Brendan Fraser looked, it was fantastic. It was amazing prosthetics. I think my runner-up would be The Batman, but I'd give it to The Whale.
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Always with the war movies in production, All Quiet is getting a lot.
Avatar, The Way of Water.
It's all CGI, so whatever. Babylon, okay.
Elvis.
Elvis is a good pick.
And The Fablemans.
The Fablemans, okay. Again, these aren't bad picks. I don't know how Avatar is really production design since it's mostly CGI, but you know what? It did look fantastic either way, so I would have loved to have seen The Whale get in here because I thought the production design for The Whale was fantastic, but it is just in an apartment. But The Father was nominated for Best Production Design, and that only took place in an apartment, but whatever. But anyway, the bias is talking, but I also think that because I know how the Academy operates, this will go to Babylon, and it should go to Babylon because some of those sets were just so extravagant, especially the party scene at the beginning. Just that house, it was so beautiful. Amazing production design. Babylon should win this.
The Banshees of Inisherin.
Banshees?
Elvis.
Elvis.
Everything Everywhere
great pick.
Tar.
Tar. Okay. Top Gun?
Top Gun. Maverick.
Okay. The fact that Elvis got an editing nomination is very funny because the editing in Elvis is some of the most overly chaotic shit you will ever see in any movie. And it's so chaotic that it's comical. It's so over the top, and it knows it is. But I personally wouldn't have nominated that. Banshee's great pick. Everything Everywhere great pick. Tar, I don't know about that one, but Top Gun, phenomenal editing, and I think Top Gun is going to win. And I think I'd pick Everything Everywhere, but I think Top Gun is going to take this one. Cinematography, a lot of great looking movies
All
this year.
Quiet on the Western Front.
And that's the best looking movie right there, All Quiet, easily.
Bardo, False Chronicle, and a handful
Bardo?
of truths.
Bardo got something?
Elvis, Empire of Light.
They gotta nominate Deacons again? And Tar? What is this category? Dude, there were so many phenomenal movies that look so much better than all of these. You left out Top Gun, you left out The Fabelmans, Batman. What else am I missing? There's another big one that I'm missing. Nope. Nope wasn't in here. Nope was one of the best looking movies of the year, dude. How did that not get nominated for best cinematography? All Quiet, to me, that was the best looking movie of the year, regardless of what it was against, and it's absolutely going to win here. But I'm sorry, Roger Deakins is a legend, and Empire of Light was a beautiful looking movie, but that is a joke that is in here. Bardo, didn't see it. I think I watched maybe 20 minutes of it and couldn't get into it, so I turned it off. And Elvis and Tar, fine, I guess, but it's going to go to All Quiet, and it should. Visual effect, it's going to go to Avatar.
All Quiet on the Western Front. Avatar, The Way of Water.
That's going to win. I don't know why it wouldn't.
The Batman.
Okay, Batman's getting more.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. And Top Gun, Maverick.
There's no point of even going over. The Avatar is going to win this by a landslide. It's probably the most visually stunning movie that I've ever seen in my entire life. So if that doesn't win, then it'll be a goddamn travesty. It's gonna go to Avatar.
Austin Butler in Elvis.
Given. We knew that. He was great in it, so he deserves it.
Colin Farrell in The Banshees.
100%. Brendan,
Fraser in The Whale.
my boy.
Paul Mescal in After Sun.
Whoa!
And Bill Nye in Living.
Paul Mescal got in for After Sun. I'm not mad about that. After Sun was really good. I didn't love it as much as other people, but it was on my best of the year list. But Paul Mescal was great in that. Austin Butler, Colin Farrell, Brendan Fraser, no surprises. Bill Nye, like I said, I'm not going to see Living, so I'm sure he was great in it. But this is a tough category, man. My heart wants it to go to Brendan Fraser, and I think it will. As of right now, I think it will. But if it goes to Austin Butler or Colin Farrell, then I won't be bad, because both of those performances were career bests. Yes, including Colin Farrell. That was a career best performance. I'm going to say Brendan Fraser right now, and I hope he wins it because he deserves it. Cate Blanchett.
Cate Blanchett in Tar.
Yeah, easily. That's your winner. I'm sorry. No contest.
Ana de Armas in Blonde. Andrea Riseborough
man.
in To Leslie.
Wait, what? What the fuck is To Leslie?
Michelle Williams in The Fabelmans. And Michelle Yeoh in Everything Everywhere.
That's who should win. Another easy one. Cate Blanchett, she's winning. I'd give it to Michelle Yeoh because that was my favorite female performance of the year, but it's going to go to Cate Blanchett, and she deserves it. She was phenomenal in Tar. But just one more thing. Everybody who knows me, and I'm sure anyone who watches my channel knows that I fucking love Ana de Armas. She is the love of my life, basically. I have a huge crush on her. She's beautiful, and she's a great actress, but did she really deserve a nomination for Blonde? Like, really? Like, because Blonde was not a good movie. She was great in it, but there were better performances. I'm sorry, Anna. I love you, and I always will, but yeah, other than that, Cate Blanchett.
Is it
Director?
Martin McDonough, The Banshees of Inisherin?
Of course. Good pick.
Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert.
Absolutely.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Steven Spielberg, The Fabelmans.
2 years in a row for Spielberg.
Todd Field, Tar.
That's a surprise, actually.
And Ruben Östlund,
Triangle of Sadness. Whoa. Strong category here. Martin McDonagh, the Daniels, Spielberg. I wish I could give it to all of them. Everybody loves Spielberg, and I would love to see him win this, especially if this is his last movie. And I wouldn't be surprised, because I think this is open. I could see Martin McDonagh winning it too, but Spielberg could win it. I think it's between him, McDonagh, and the Daniels. And right now, I think the Daniels are going to win it, because Everything Everywhere All at Once was marvelously directed. I mean, Banshees and Fabelmans were too, but to me, not as good as Everything Everywhere. So I'm going to pick the Daniels.
All Quiet on the Western Front. Malte Blument, producer.
Just very well deserved.
Avatar, The Way of Water.
Okay, Avatar
James
got in.
Cameron and John Landau, producers.
The Banshees of Inisherin.
No Banshees. Good pick, but no Babylon.
Producers.
They're going alpha order, no Babylon.
Elvis, Baz Luhrmann,
Elvis
Jeffrey
got
Martin,
in.
Gail Berman, Patrick McCormick, and Skylar Weiss, producers.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. Daniel
Amazing.
Kwan, Daniel Scheinert,
Deserves
and Jonathan
it.
Wong, producers.
The Fabelmans. Christy McCosco Krieger,
Another
Steven
well-deserved.
Spielberg, and Tony Kushner, producers.
Tar. Todd Field,
Tar
Alexander
got in?
Milchan,
Okay.
and Scott Lambert, producers.
Top Gun Maverick, Tom Cruise, Christopher McQuarrie, David
That's gonna
Wilson,
piss people
and
off.
Joey Bruckheimer, producers.
Triangle of Sadness.
Triangle of Sadness.
Rivendorf and Philippe
It's not
Aubertin,
surprising since
producers.
Ruben Östlund got in, and what, The Whale?
And Women Talking.
Women Talking got
Jimmy
in.
Gardner, Jeremy Kleiner, and Francis McDormand, producers.
So just looking at these nominees, how they are right now, this is a very, very solid lineup for Best Picture. I have seen all of these movies, and I liked all of them. Some of them I thought were just good, and then others I thought were phenomenal to masterpieces. And even though I thought 2021 was a really good year for movies, this lineup blows it out of the water, because I could see so many different things winning it. The Fabelmans, All Quiet, Banshees, maybe even Top Gun. I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibility. Now, this will be the bias talking, but if I had to pick any movie to win Best Picture of these nominees, as of right now, I'm picking Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yes, that was my favorite movie of the year, and I think it deserves to win Best Picture, but of these movies, it's simply just the best movie, and it got, I think, the most nominations. It got a lot of nominations, so it's pretty clear that the Academy loves this movie, and if they don't give it Best Picture, then what else would they give it to? So I'm going to call it right now and say Everything Everywhere All at Once is going to win Best Picture. I mean, you never know, though, because last year we did have Power of the Dog was the favorite for a long time, and then Coda swooped in right at the end and took it, but still, this is a solid lineup, and I'm going to give it to Everything Everywhere All at Once, but my opinions could change. Well, that's it, everybody. That was my reaction to this year's Oscar nominees. If you guys agree with what I think was going to win, or if you disagree, please let me know. I would love to know. And since I have seen all of these movies, I will be making a full ranked video of the nominees, going over my more extended thoughts on each of them. But if you guys like this review, be sure to hit that thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe. If you want to see my previous Oscar reaction videos, I will link those right over here. Other than that, I hope you all have a tremendous rest of your day. I will see you all at the Oscars.